Today's topic, this game is a Spiel des Jahres winner.
So,
goody. Welcome to TABLEscraps, short discussions about board, card, and tabletop gaming, submitted by the viewing audience and discussed with the viewing audience. Hey everyone, welcome back and thanks for joining us for another episode of TABLEscraps, the show where we discuss tabletop, board, and card games with the live streaming YouTube audience. And today's episode, we're also sharing it with Mark Street from Board Game Corner.
Hey guys.
Cool. Thank you for, you are not joining me. I am joining you because you are
at the new Board Game Corner Studios.
That's right. And it's so snazzy.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I was able to help break it in.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I love it.
I'm sorry about the burn marks and the spilled drinks and
not coming back.
And this video is going to be brought to us by a suggestion or question even from viewer Patrick Doss, who has the following conundrum. How much should we put an emphasis on board game awards? The most prevalent being the Spiel des Jahres.
Yeah.
But the main criteria for the award is that it is released in Germany and must be mostly tailored towards families. We hold the Spiel des Jahres as the highest honor a game can get when it actually represents just one margin. One margin, yeah. Overall, though, he says, how much of an impact do gaming awards actually have on the grand scheme of deciding if we should buy a game? It is said that winners are guaranteed to sell significant amounts of their game, but how has an award-winning game affected one's personal purchases, and is that simply enough to warrant a buy? Are there any Spiel des Jahres Are there any Spiel des Jahres snubs, games that should have won or have been nominated but didn't or weren't? Or were you ever disappointed by a game that you bought due to its award-winning status? Are there any other awards that we look into for a quality game, and has a nomination been a deciding factor towards one's purchase? Go.
So for me, I really don't look at the awards at all, which is sad. I mean, we as Board Game Corner have our own set of awards as well.
Oh, there you go.
And
now we'll peek behind the curtain.
Peek behind the curtain a little bit. So, and I like the games that have got those awards, and are like the very first game that we gave the award to was Element from Rather Dashing Games, and this is still one of my favorite games, and I feel like we have this Cornerstone Award, and we feel like it should be a cornerstone of your collection kind of award. And I really feel like everyone I've shown this game to has loved it. It's just been always on my radar, and I want games, if you're going to have an award, it should be a game I feel like that's like that you really want this game to be a permanent spot on your shelf. Okay, question about that though. Yeah.
How do the awards you have given out as Board Game Corner compared to like the Spiel des Jahres winners and stuff like that? Is there overlap, or are they different?
They're different, definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that is because you're looking? Do you think that is because you're suggesting games to a different audience, or because you see things in games that some of these other ones don't see?
I think it's probably a different audience, but there's also some of that as well, because really, bottom line, what I'm looking for is like the fun factor.
Okay.
You know, what is that? Again, I have this term that Randy and I use all the time. Does it have that suck you in value? You know, that you sit down and you're like, hey, let's play this again. And if the game doesn't have that feel, should it be an award winner?
That's the ultimate question. That's why we are here today asking this question. So let's ask that question to the audience.
Yes.
Okay. Kabuki joins us right off the bat to say, I have read that the Spiel des Jahres winners can often expect up to an increase in sales of 10,000 copies.
I think that's true, yes.
Yes. It is apparent that awards do have an impact on buyers.
Yep.
Wow.
Not for me though.
Not for
I'm serious. I look at that and I go, oh, it also has that. Cool. You know?
I will admit that Spiel des Jahres awards make almost no impact on me either.
That one in particular for me, you're right. Yeah. Because I'm always looking at that and almost all, and I can't remember all of them now, but I almost every time I'm like, man, then that nominee should have won. And so then I just ignore it from there.
From there, you're dead to me. You had your chance.
I almost universally from every year that I followed it, I'm like, oh man, that other one should have won.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's happened before. Yeah, definitely. Actually, that's a good question for the chat.
Yeah.
Of all of the board gaming awards that are out there, Which board gaming awards are the ones that hold the most clout for you?
Yeah.
All right. Aaron joins us to say, I have to say I give more weight to the Dice Tower seal than I do to the Spiel. Their criteria often matches up with mine.
Yes, and that's a very important point. Not only with the award, but with reviewers in general. If you find a reviewer that generally likes games you like, then you're probably going to like this one that they like as well.
That's a good point.
And same with the awards. It's the same kind of idea. And I agree. Being part of the Dice Tower, like we are, I look at that as, Tom really liked this one, or Sam or Z really liked this one.
Now, the seal of approval is different than the Dice Tower Awards. The Dice Tower Awards are more crowdsourced, aren't they?
They are. So that one, Tom, we have a lot of people vote on it, But the approval are like seals, they're still a bit of an award-ish.
But it's an individual makes that call.
Yeah, right.
Okay. So but that is an important difference.
And you can see, a lot of those on the end of the reviews will be like, Dice Tower approved.
Yeah, and then you destroy something.
That's right. But yeah, I can see how, especially if you generally like the games that Tom likes, you're probably looking for that seal as well. Like, well, that Tom liked it, so I'm going to grab this.
So you're thinking a personal endorsement may carry more weight than just an overall award.
I think potentially, yeah. Especially if you follow that reviewer and really like the stuff they like.
Fair enough. Yeah. Trevon quotes the previous quote that it has been said that they increase sales. And he follows up that, yes, these awards, they do. Okay. And it's not just said, it's it is actually demonstrated.
I know it is.
Empirically.
I'm glad you're reading them.
Empirically demonstrated.
Okay.
Take that, Trevon. So, but 10,000 units.
Yeah, it does impact a lot of people.
Because I've heard that a average type of expected print run for a game could be around 5,000. So that is, if you increase that, that is doubling your regular print run, well, tripling your regular print run and keeping that. So that's a huge increase for a board game.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, we're moving on. Peter's comment is the following. My guess would be that most of the common board gamers don't pay attention to the awards. But that is not to say that the award isn't what made the game popular enough to be seen by that person.
Right. Yes. Totally.
So do you think then that the awards affect more the, non-hobbyist gamer who finds the game at Target or something?
Yeah, potentially, because Target is probably a place that would pick up those games then because of the awards.
Oh, now we're talking. So do you think that the awards then feed these big box retailers to get them on their radar, and then it perpetuates itself?
Right, which is a really good thing, because then it expands the hobby. It puts those games in front of people, even though we might not think.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, right? Is it putting the right games in front of these people?
But if they are an accessible game and it just draws in more people, then I think that's still a decent thing.
But then does that feed into like the Spiel des Jahres complaint from the original comment that now do the awards, instead of looking at what's a good game, do the awards start being geared towards picking games that are thinking, oh, well, this would be a good game on Target that non-gamers would get into, a good interest. And does it change then what games are being awarded? So,
yeah, that's a great question.
I think we just saw through the Matrix.
I think we did.
Yeah. The next comment comes from Mike Jones, who says, award winners really don't calculate into my buying decisions because it's kind of like the Oscars.
Right.
Let me see some sci-fi in there, then we'll talk. Yep, absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely, yes.
And that's one of the things like with Rotten Tomatoes or any of those review sites that I wish you could go through and say, okay, give me 100 movies, and I'm going to pick all the ones I like. And based on what I've picked, it shows me what reviewers on, and you could just look at what those people are reviewing.
That's a good idea.
Because
that would be helpful.
Because then you're looking at stuff that someone who likes generally what you like.
Yep. That would be nice. That would be nice. Well, isn't that kind of the whole premise though of a top 100 list? It kind of gives you that.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Next comment comes from the Lomder, who says, funny thing is that the Spiel des Jahres logo is not present in most modern copies of Rummikub, but in the Target exclusive Classic Edition.
I did not know that.
Marketing.
Yep.
Marketing.
That's exactly what it is.
Yep. And it makes me wonder then, are those awards and those little award seals, are they more important to the retailers than to the actual gamers.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe we're looking at it as the wrong audience.
Yeah. It's very possible.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's been a game that has the word I need it. I just can't.
Yeah.
When I see a seal like with the Dice Tower or something, I might pick the game up that I wouldn't have done before.
Yeah.
It definitely makes me look at it twice. It would have an award on it, but that doesn't mean I'm going to buy it.
Right. It doesn't auto buy.
Right. But it does bring my attention, I would say.
But the increase in sales, the numbers, if they are accurate that we've seen, it does. The auto buy response does get triggered a lot.
Yep.
But, okay. So let's continue on to Jason Walker, who joins us to say, an award means that the game is good for someone.
Right.
Okay?
Exactly.
It doesn't mean it's good for you. It certainly makes me take a look at it.
Yeah.
So that reinforces what you just said. It's almost like you were reading ahead in the comments.
That was, really.
Or you're logged in as
Psychic.
Jason.
That's right.
Mark's right.
That's right.
So yeah, so Jason, and I think it makes me wonder, is what is the gamer mentality? What kind of gamer? How deep into the hobby as a hobbyist do you have to be to where the awards make more or less of an impact on you? And I don't want to come out and say it's the casual non-gamers who just are walking down the aisle at Target. I don't want to say it's them because that's stereotyping it too much. It's too broad. But I do think that you do hit a certain level that when you get into the hobby, it does become less of a factor.
Yeah,
definitely.
Absolutely.
See here, M Kitten.
Okay.
Meows in with awards might make me more aware of the game. Yep. But it has to convince me when I research it in order for me to even want to buy it. I bought King Domino because I liked what I saw, not because it won.
Yeah. And again, King Domino is one of those games that without the award, I may not even have looked at it.
That's true. Yeah.
And so it made me look at it, and I played it, and I don't need to own it.
Oh, okay. So
I liked it. I had fun, but it wasn't a game that I felt like needed a spot on my shelf.
That's true. I think what we're seeing here is something that's underlined is just award or not, being a wise consumer is you're rewarded because of that. Do your research and everything. Yeah. Don't just don't pull the DVD off this Blockbuster shelf because it won the Academy Award. Don't pull the game off the shelf because it won the Spiel is Yours.
Exactly.
Yep. Awards are no replacement for research.
Right. And we do, as Board Game Corner, our awards, and we've got a couple different ones, right? And we do like it's games that we just really latch onto. We want people, you got to check this out, So it is part of that too. It's like, again, our personal preference, right? And we do have criteria that we put everything against, but it's games that we're super excited about, And
it's kind of an expanded seal of approval in a way. Right. It's official. You want to make a really big official. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yep. All right. Internet user randomly pops in to say a game award tells me that it is not a completely broken game. That I probably know one person will like it.
Yeah.
That's
a good comment.
Yes. That's totally fair. And yeah, it does kind of separate the wheat from the chaff a little bit. Yep. I'm just trying to, there's the Razzies. That would really actually probably be mean for the industry to make the anti-awards. Here's my seal of yes, this game is broken. Probably wouldn't put that on the games.
That wouldn't happen.
Let's move on. And let's wrap up this episode with a comment from Lion Dash, who says, my tastes are so different than most people, so the awards are meaningless to me. I look at reviews and make the decision on buying a game or not for myself based on those.
That's what everybody should do.
And that's kind of the conclusion that we just came to. So that kind of wraps everything up in a nice little package. The only thing that we really didn't get into is wanting to know is which awards carry the most clout with the viewer. So again, in the comments below, let us know, and maybe looking at different awards could be a topic for a future episode.
And not just awards, maybe seals of approval, sometimes those things as well, and maybe that carries more weight for more people.
That's a good point. Yeah. So let us know in the comments below. And until next time, I've been Chaz Marler from Paradise, who has been burrowed into Mark Street's studio for Board Game Corner.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to embed myself in the studio like a little tick. You have to spray for me to get me out of here.
It would be awesome.
And I want to remind you that episodes like this are made possible by viewers like you who have been supporting the Paradise Pod Pledge fundraiser campaign. All the donations that have been coming in do make a difference and are keeping more episodes coming, and they are all greatly appreciated. Yeah. Until the next time that we can get together with or without Mark present, I want to remind you all that we that outro is not going to work.
That's not going to work. Right? We could do a Borg and Kimmer outro. Until next time, folks, we'll see you at the table.
You broke my outro.
I know. Sorry.
Peter, who says, my guess would be that most of the common board gamers don't pay attention to awards, really. Okay? But that is not to say that the award isn't what made the most game... Oh, Peter. I apologize, Peter. Do you want to read one?
No.
You want to... Okay. After talking for like a half hour, I'm all the mucus in my head. And that will be edited out too.